We have.
You have other issues you're working on, and you don't care about the handful of people it's affecting. Because Mendon probably has crosswalks, right?
I'm one of the people that is affected. Mr. Button is another person.
But aren't your kids like seniors?
No, my daughter's a junior.
Junior, so she's not driving it.
She just got her license.
Well, then we'd like to carpool with you, please. I need more carpoolers. Because I'm on the other side of Nortright, on
I think
Fairview.
you're carpooling
I have
with my
nobody,
neighbor, and
not
she
one
can't
person.
take more than one person.
There was not one person in this high school that's on the other side of Nortright, just us. Not one person. We are the only family. So can I put you down for a carpooling list? Because there's times I need help. I'm either at work or my car breaks down, which has happened. My daughter walked home in the rain in 30 degrees weather because my car was broken. So
I understand. It's not something that.
I'll call you out if I need you, since you live in my area.
It's not something that anyone on the board did lightly, and I know that it must seem like.
And there's not even, okay, we have signs on the street saying, bus stop ahead. We can't even have signs on the road saying, people walking to school, kids walking to school?
Again,
Caution, kids walking to school? We can have a bus stop sign, but not kids walking to school sign. 'Cause I passed 2 of those on the way here. I just think you have more clout asking the town than we do. They're not going to do it for one little person.
and they can do it for us. They have issues that they have to, or guidelines that they have to follow.
And does everybody know that somebody did get murdered in this town walking home from school one day? Years ago?
35 years ago?
I don't care. We're still walking on those same paths. Maybe that was from the middle school. But when my daughter's walking home, she doesn't want to walk on the main road. She's walking on the path all alone because there's nobody else to walk with. It's a,
Again, that's a decision for your family. All
that's what I'm saying. You just don't care about the individuals. It's all about the big picture, not the little picture, but the little people that have a problem.
Anybody else have any questions or comments? Got somebody in the back
I do.
over here?
My name is David Cruz. I'm an English teacher here at Westmar Center. I love being a teacher. I love my job. I switched careers to become a teacher, and I care about my students so much. And the people, there's a whole room full of people here who are hardworking teachers. Teachers who really care about students. And my concern is how this is affecting the culture at the school, how it's affecting the learning environment for these young people that I see every day. And if you look at the news and you look at the political world, there's so much negative talk about teachers not doing things. And that hurts because I know I'm not a part of that. And what concerns me about the politics of things is it seems like sometimes when you get caught up in the political world, you're making decisions in the moment. You know, you're making decisions because you're trying to put out fires. And you're forgetting that there's a community of people here. There's a group of people, a town, a state. And true intelligence is about making decisions and thinking, how is this going to affect our community, not right now, but generations from now, you know? So, you know, I can't help but think what kind of ramifications it's going to have on the current students as they leave, right? So my concern is, have you reached out at all to talk to students? Have you questioned them about the learning environment? Has it changed for them? What's their experience been like here at Westmar Central? Because they are the people we really need to keep in mind. We can't lose sight of them. So have you reached out at all to the student population, and in what kind of ways have you done it?
I think that there are a number of board members who do have students in the buildings and you know, and get feedback on how it's affecting them, and are, you know, I think the board is very aware. As for you're speaking about putting out fires, I would agree. I feel like the last few years that's been a lot of what we've been doing, spending time putting out fires. But if we don't put out the fires, we can't get to the real work. And we're all in a position where the environment that we're operating in, the rules of the game are changing constantly. And if we don't address them, we can't get moved on. I would agree, and I don't think any of us are happy with that, but
I'd like to suggest maybe we reach out, maybe put together some student questionnaires, and maybe reach the entire population of students. So each child that comes through these doors has a voice, right? So I'd like to suggest that.
thank you.
Thank you.
Over there?
Beth Perry, Pleasant Grove Road, Long Valley. I have a daughter here at West Morris. She's a junior, and I feel she's getting an exceptional education. And that is because of her teachers and her guidance counselor and all of the staff here. And despite the negative atmosphere going on, they continue to provide her with support and just an exceptional education. They've been professional, and she is well aware of the environment and what's going on. And I just think the teachers should be commended for that and recognized for that.
Michelle Riccardella, Lebanese Maple Avenue. I'm a parent also with a junior and a freshman here, and I'd like to piggyback on your comments. My son too, my older son, not my younger son, he's unaware of anything, but he's a freshman. The junior is very aware of the environment, the uncomfortableness, the teachers fighting for what they feel, what they need, what they want. As a junior, he is preparing for college, and he is concerned with the persistent, and I hope it is a rumor, but the persistent rumor that there will not be letters of recommendation available for these students. There will not be extracurricular help. There will not be that support that these kids need to take the next step forward. And I really hope that it is a rumor and that it's just one of those things that started, that any lack of, any conflict that might be between the Board of Ed and the teachers remain at that level, because I think our teachers are way too professional to punish our students and to that end.
And it's me again. I just want to say, we just had our conference.
I'm done.
Okay.
We just had our conference, and every support was been there. Letters of recommendation, the guidance counselor was fabulous, so I don't see, if it is a rumor, I don't know what it is, but that's not been our
That's great.
experience.
That's great. We didn't have ours yet, so. Thank you.
Thank you. Leslie?
I'm Leslie Millet, East Maple Avenue in Long Valley, and my question again is, what is the next step? Where do we go from here? Where are we in negotiations? What's the time frame? And I'd like to know who's involved. I feel sometimes that I ask questions and I do get an answer, but it's not very clear, the answer, and I don't really understand what you're saying, because it's a vague, you answer the question in a vague way. So if you could tell me what this schedule is, when you're meeting again, the negotiation team, and I'd like to know actually who is involved in the fact-finding or whatever is going on.
As far as I know right now, we don't have a firm date.
We don't have a firm date from the fact finder. That's issued from the state. We're expecting it, I think, March? April. In April. There are no firm dates. They're extremely busy to get a time slot. It has nothing to do with when we apply or anything else. The fact-finding process, hard fact-finding, if you want to call it that, is still a mediation process. And both sides will present quote-unquote evidence supporting
And
their positions.
who are the both sides? Who are the...
The union and the board negotiating committee are the two sides.
So does the whole board sit on the negotiations? Is it just 2 or 3 people?
There's 3 committee members, and then we report out to the whole board. That's what a lot of our closed executive sessions are about.
And there's no way to get a meeting before April?
No.
It doesn't
We
mean-
wish we could.
Well, that's not the case. The case is we
It doesn't
present
mean,
ourselves to be open at all points in time.
right, that we can't continue to meet and discuss along the way. It
I'm
doesn't
sorry,
include
Kristen, I
that.
can't hear you.
It doesn't mean that we can't meet, both sides can't meet and discuss along, along the way. We don't have to wait until April for the 2 sides to talk again. It's just that that's when the fact-finding process will probably take place. And conversations have continued and both sides have been open to continuing conversations.
And our council has told us that after the presentation that we probably would not expect to get results from the fact finder until probably September. These are estimates.
Well, just my little opinion, I feel that it's taking way too long, and I feel that we can learn from this experience. It can be a life learning lesson, teaching our kids to cooperate and work together. And I feel that we can be role models, not me. I mean, I am a role model to my children, but I'm talking about the whole negotiation process. I think that could be a good positive thing that comes out of it if we can kind of move it along a little bit and make it happen sooner and be proactive and not just sit back and wait for the state to tell us what to do, but that we go out there and get it done. As my son says, do it. You won't. Like, just do it. Whatever it takes, just do it.
Hi, thanks. Keith Usiskin from Mendham Borough, and I have a son who's in 9th grade at Mendham High School, and he's doing great. Really impressed with the work he's doing, and I think teachers are doing a wonderful job. So absolutely no complaints. And I have an 8th grader who's going to be at the high school next year. And this is my first child at the high school. My problem is I haven't met any of the teachers, and I'd like to, have a name to associate with or face to associate with a name when my children talk about their teachers. So the question I have is, are there any plans for a back-to-school night? I know it's getting late in the year, but I haven't had a chance, as I said, this is my first child in the high school, to meet any of the teachers. And I always found that to be important for all the other classes, or all the other grades that they've been in. Thanks.